Hello, my friends, and welcome to the WDW Newscast. Today is Wednesday, October 26th, 2011. I am your host, Lou Mongello from WDW Radio, bringing you a little bit of Disney magic and helping you appreciate and understand the parks just a little bit better with my podcast, this newscast, books, CDs, and lots more. Check it all out over at WDWRadio.com. Big thanks to our sponsor for this week's show, touringplans.com/WDW Radio. They are the research team behind the unofficial guide to Walt Disney World, but more importantly, they'll help you save up to 4 hours per day in any of the Disney theme parks with their crowd calendars, fast passes, wait times, the Lines application, invaluable when you go to the parks, and lots more. Also, check out their blog as well. Visit them over at touringplans.com/WDW Radio. Let's get right into this week's news. Couple of little quick hits, nothing too big this week. One thing is that the Castle Show is going to start being called Cinderella's Holiday Wish. That's going to run from November 4th through December 30th, with showtimes at 7:15 on November 4th and 6th, and then 6:15 every other night there. So if you're coming down for the holidays, it truly is a completely new experience. Looking forward to seeing what Cinderella's Holiday Wish might be looking like then. Disney, speaking of some special events and some live entertainment in the parks, Disney is about to start testing a Fastpass system for reserved viewing areas in the hub for the Celebrate a Dream Come True parade. Those fastest passes are supposed to start being given out probably right now until early November. No word on exactly where this location is going to be, what this test is meant to do, or how they're going to be giving out. Supposedly it is going to be randomly given out in the hub. I would love to know from the people who are in the box, what do you think about adding fast passes to things like parades, the Castle Show? What about fireworks? What about getting a parade? What about getting a fast pass for fireworks viewing? Some people are saying like Disney 05. I don't like that idea. Small World 1 says, maybe not the best seats. WW World says, bad idea. Some people are not liking the fast passes for live shows, while other people are saying it would be cool. They think might be a good idea. Other people are saying, hey, this might be fast pass overload. How would this maybe work in with other fast passes you can get during the day? Tony Caggiano says he likes fast passes for shows, while others people saying it's a bad idea, while others say it's interesting to see how it plays out. I'm of the camp of interesting to see logistically how this works. Where is its viewing location? How and where do they hand out fast passes? How does it maybe affect other fast passes you get during the day? How early do you need to get there? How big is this reserved seating area, and where exactly is it? If anybody who's listening or watching has had a chance to try out or was the recipient of one of these fast passes, please comment in this week's show notes over at WDWRadio.com. Speaking also of the holidays, the Magic Memory and You is going to have a holiday edition starting November 8th. That show is not going to be just limited to people who are attending Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, but for guests who are attending every day. So again, if maybe you don't want to go to the Christmas party, it doesn't fit into your schedule, you can get to see the special holiday theme or holiday tagged edition of the Magic Memories and You. Something else, speaking of holidays and some of the other special events, is that there's a new, again, we've been talking about technology, Disney using a lot of technology. They're now testing something for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which is a text message service. It's going to give you info and tips when you sign up, and you can receive notices about and during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. If you text the word TREAT, TREAT, to 37275, which is D Park, you can start getting messages on your mobile device. Again, standard text messaging rates apply, and all you need to do is text the word STOP to that same number in order to do it. I did sign up for it. I have not received a text yet because I did just do it today. Looking forward to seeing what starts coming through once the Not So Scary Halloween parties begin. Moving over quickly to a couple of rumors. We've been talking about rumors and some changes coming to some tried and true, some classic attractions. Some of the changes we've been talking about, things like Test Track getting a big makeover, possibly in early 2012. We know that Big Thunder Mountain Railroad is going to close January 9th, coincidentally the same day that Dumbo is supposed to close for their move over to Storybook Circus Land. We're also hearing Big Thunder Mountain is going to reopen not just a few weeks, but months later in May, And we're starting to hear again, too, that this, too, may be getting much more than just a paint job and may, in fact, also be getting some games added to a queue, which supposedly also is going to receive a big makeover as far as how the switchbacks go and how the queue actually looks. Be very curious to see what may be coming there. Liking the idea, not sure if you guys do, of, especially for attractions like that do have some of the longer wait times, bringing that level of interactivity in there. Again, we start thinking about NextGen, wondering how personalized that might be. You know, if you walk in and say, hey, Lou, we haven't seen you here in a long time. Did you know Disney spent $300,000 in buying props for Big Thunder Mountain Railroad? Or did you know this is new? Or, hey, giving you other information, letting you play games in the queue as well. Reed Thomas Jr. says they like the plussing. The queue line needs some additions. As long as it doesn't slow down the queue, people like that as well. I think we're seeing that happening over in Space Mountain. The game is in there, but it's timed and set up in a way that it does not slow down the line. In fact, it may sort of help encourage people to move on a little faster. Disney Daddy Chuck is asking, where in the world would you put anything at the Big Thunder Mountain queue? It is tight. Again, that's why I think we might see a restructuring of how that queue actually may be laid out. Also, speaking of rumors, a lot of you asked me about this last week, and I have had nothing to sort of confirm it other than the same rumors that we've been hearing for years about Norway possibly being getting an update, maybe getting a change either in name, maybe getting something closer to that Scandinavian pavilion that it was originally supposed to be when Epcot Center was first being planned out, and or a new sponsor. People are throwing around the word Lego, especially since Legoland opened not too far away. Again, if that would be news to me, I've heard nothing about that other than the rumors, but I'd love to hear your idea about possibly a pavilion like Norway expanding, maybe changing a little bit. And what do you think about companies like Legos as opposed to the Norway Tourism Bureau sponsoring some of these pavilions, really having a much more presence in the sponsorship of the pavilions? Also, finally, if you recently ran or cheered or just went to the after party for the Wine and Dine half marathon, if you're thinking about trying your hand or feet at running, the 2012 Expedition Everest Challenge is going to take place on May 5th, 2012. No date for registration has been announced as yet. That is a great event because it's not about necessarily the running and the winning and the time, but there's an obstacle course and a scavenger hunt. It takes place at night. There's an after party. Really, really fun event. If you're looking to sort of dip your toe into the endurance events and the running events, Expedition Everest Challenge is one of the best because of how well it's themed. I've done it a past couple of years. Didn't do it this year. Old football injury acting up. I really do better off just sort of cheering on the sidelines. Registration is open for events like the 2012 Princess Half Marathon. That's going to be the weekend of February 24th through the 26th, 2012. That is already more than half full for both the princess races and the kids races. So if you're interested, be sure and check out the Disney Marathon website. We'll put it on this week's show notes for more information. And it's also open for the Walt Disney World Marathon weekend. That's January 5th through the 8th, 2012. As of right now, the Goofy, which is the half marathon, followed by the full marathon, hence the name Goofy, that's 91% full. The full marathon is 79% full. The relay is about 65%. The half marathon is more than 80%. So if you're interested in running or walking in any of those events, I would definitely go and check out links and register as soon as possible there. So for the people who are watching and who are in the box, look, I am not a runner. Look at me. I've got short, stubby legs. I am not an athlete by any stretch, but I took up the challenge in 2008 and had one of my very best Disney experiences ever, still to this day. And it was so good that I never ran again because I just didn't want to ruin how good that experience was, and I was afraid of getting swept. But if you've been thinking about running or walking or wogging or jogging, whatever it is a great event, and I would also want to invite you to become a part of our WDW Radio running team. The only sort of thing that we ask you to do to be part of the team is help us raise money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation through our Dream Team project. All we look for, all we ask is that you sort of give us your word of honor that you'll raise or donate at least $100 to the Dream Team project. We have Dream Team shirts. We've got running shirts. We have team meets. We've got team blog posts on the WDW Radio website. Going to do a lot to sort of help you train. So if you're thinking about it, it's a great time to be involved. You can visit wdwradio.com/running for more information. Again, stay tuned to the WDW Radio blog and the show for more information. Remember, too, if I can do it, anybody can do it. I hardly trained, really, and I was able to finish without getting swept. And remember, too, the guy who finishes second gets the exact same medal as the guy who finishes 30,000. So it's all about the fun. It's all about the experience. Again, listen to old shows. Check out the Running Team blog and page if you're interested. It is a great, great addition to your Walt Disney World experience. That is going to do it for this week's show. A couple of quick reminders. If you want to leave feedback, please come by, comment either on our YouTube channel or on the WDW Radio blog. You can also call in your feedback to the WDW Radio voicemail line at 407-900-9391. That's 407-900-WDW1. Don't forget, too, to come by DisneyMeets.com about upcoming Meets of the Month and other special events, and also visit WDWRadioCruise.com. We have our second annual cruise aboard the Disney Dream coming next November 4th through the 8th, 2012. Really getting excited as we approach the one-year countdown. If you're interested in booking, now is the time to get a free, no-obligation quote before rates go up again. You've got plenty of time to cancel if you so choose. And also, don't forget to, just one more day left to vote for WDW Radio over at podcastawards.com. We're nominated in the travel category. Any help that you could give would be greatly appreciated. And of course, please help spread the word. Come by, follow me on Twitter. I'm at Lou Mongello, Facebook.com/WW Radio. And of course, check out the site, share your comments there. That is going to do it for this week. I'll leave you with a question. Have you been thinking about running? You hear all the hype about running and what great experiences they are. If you haven't, why not? What are you waiting for? Come by, leave your comments over at the show notes over at www.radio.com. That is going to do it for this week's show. Thanks so much to everybody who's been watching live. If you can't make it live, remember you can check it out on YouTube, but please try and come by every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, over at WDWNewsCast.com. Box people, you make my Wednesdays. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, remember to always keep moving forward. I am Lou Mongello. Have a great night, everybody. See ya.